Hello and welcome to DCP SideQuest, episode number 35. Welcome, guys.
Hello.
Wow.
Hello. It's a super 35. Of
A
a
super
35. What are you, pro human trafficking now?
bull. Oh my god.
Oh my.
Wow. How do you make those conclusions? That is wild.
Didn't you see Shakira in the
That halftime show? I caught a little bit because I wasn't actually
Her
watching the
hips
Super
were
Bowl.
not lying, Tefty. So that means she's trafficking ladies. I don't understand why you don't understand the connection. I don't get it.
Clearly.
I gotta
Please, for those
say,
of us over the pond, inform me, what is a Super Bowl?
well, it's the biggest event of all history and time in sports.
It's where
clearly.
dogs get a football and they like kick it around. It's actually really cool. Yeah.
Dogs.
I see.
Dogs get it. Wow. Yeah.
Yeah. The puppy bowl is
Oh, the puppy
is
bowl.
hilarious.
Was that on afterwards?
isn't it on like during or something?
Yeah, I thought it was during the halftime show.
I totally would have watched
so the
that.
people
Damn.
who so if you support, not only do you support human trafficking, if you enjoyed that halftime show, you heathens, but you also hate puppies.
Uh-huh.
Yep.
ASPCA is coming for you.
Yeah. Hey, I want to point out real quick. Shakira is 43, I think, and J-Lo is 50.
It was her birthday
It's her
yesterday.
birthday.
Actually.
That's amazing.
Madness.
These two
Happy
women
birthday.
killed it. All right, just
Yes.
straight up killed it, and they're both like, 43, 50. That's amazing. Doing a show like that.
The senior citizens discount, the early bird special.
I know, but like that
Age is not a
stamina, the
number.
stamina required to do a
Yeah.
show like that with the energy and the amount of pressure, like that's extremely impressive.
It's very impressive. And
Yeah.
what I really liked is that, so to be serious, people who are saying that, you're dumb. But they had a bunch of like cultural dances from where they're from. So they had very traditional Colombian dancing, they
Mhm.
had some African dancing, they had Lebanese dancing. So it was really cool, especially with it being in Miami, right? To have two Latino people doing that thing in Miami was really awesome because Miami is obviously a hotbed for Latino people
Mhm.
and
Yeah.
Latino
And
culture.
Coke.
And Coke. Maybe there was a lot of that too. Maybe that's
Coca-Cola,
how they
right?
have so much energy while
Yeah, sure.
also
Narc.
being- yeah, that's what it's
Well, I'm the narc when you brought up Coke. What? Come on. Yeah. So truthfully, I didn't really get to watch the game. I was playing video games, chilling,
I
relaxing.
didn't even know it was Super Bowl until you told me it was before the show. I was like, oh, I missed the Super Bowl?
The actual game was pretty boring initially, and it was like, oh no. But then the fourth quarter was actually really fun to watch.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay.
Ended up being a good game.
Nice.
That's good.
All
Any
super.
good advertisements? Did they sell their wares successfully?
They did, yeah. There was a Jason Momoa one where he said that he feels very
He can
comfortable.
sell me anything.
Oh well, this one
I
was.
saw that one. That was hilarious.
Yeah, he basically was saying that he feels his home is where he feels safe and he can be himself. And he took off his arms to reveal super skinny arms, and then he took off the top of his hair to reveal that he was actually bald with just hair at the sides.
That's pretty
So
good.
he's comfortable in his own skin at home.
Yeah, comfortable in his own skin.
Hilarious. There was one. I'm pretty sure this was a Super Bowl ad because it was a really well done ad that I saw on a YouTube video the next day or last night, and it was a password encryption type of company. It was like this guy on the death was rowing a guy on the river Styx, and he's like, "Oh my god, am I going to hell? What's going on?" I'm paraphrasing, obviously. And then he sees like a bright light that he's heading towards, and then the boat death stops and like writes on a whiteboard. It says password. He's like, I don't know. Then he's like, name of first pet. he keeps getting all these wrong, and then he's like, sorry, you've failed all your attempts. That was great.
That's brilliant.
It's really well done. Yeah.
I was last night I was watching YouTube and playing old video games. And I had no idea there was a Super Bowl on at all, but I was having a ball.
Nice.
Hey, nice,
Yeah.
nice.
Yeah, I got sick over the weekend, guys.
I heard that.
Friday. I
You
just
got the old coronavirus, huh?
I think it was the Mandela virus.
Modelo.
Somebody said that on Twitter to me. I thought it was hilarious.
It's gluten free, so it makes sense.
Yeah, I got super run down. I'm pretty sure I had some sort of flu bug going on. So I got to catch up on just playing. I haven't played video games on a couch in a long time.
Really?
Long time.
Was it amazing?
Because you're a streamer,
Yeah.
right? And Yeah. So what was it like? Did you enjoy the experience of just being?
It was fantastic. I played Sea of Thieves by myself, and I was like, "This is a different experience on a couch with a controller." Also,
did you like it?
In a beautiful looking HDR TV. Also, like that's nice as well.
Oh,
but
we got to talk about this.
The game is gorgeous. Oh no,
Steffi, you made a new purchase for your bedroom.
I did, and it was because originally our 4K 55-inch TCL, the Creative Life, whatever Roku TV was on the fritz. It was dying. The panel was flashing. It was clearly breaking. It would also crash during the middle of a Netflix show, and I was like, this is ridiculous. Yeah. So
get this out of here.
I was like, all right, it's time. We got to upgrade, and I didn't want to spend another $300-400 on a TV that I'm going to swap out 3 years later again. Right? Because that's what I did with that TV. That was like 3 years ago, and it was already breaking. So I was pretty bummed about that. So I decided let's go 65-inch. Maybe spend,
in the bedroom.
Nice.
Well, our master bedroom's like, it's not small. All right.
How big is it? Give me some square dimensions. Give me some.
It's the size of some people's living rooms. All right.
Well, whose living room? Some people live in big living rooms. Some people have small living rooms. Is it like 10 by 12?
Way bigger than that. It's way bigger than 10 by 12.
Okay.
Yeah.
Do you have can you play like a game of volleyball in there? Like what's going on?
It's half a volleyball. All right.
Half a volleyball court. So like one side of a volleyball court. That's pretty big bedroom.
Yeah. It's not small. All right. It's like I said, it's like a living room. All right.
Yeah.
Fair.
Sure.
We live in California. They make them big sometimes. Okay. What can I say?
Okay.
Yeah.
But your bed is in there. You sleep in there.
Yeah, of course. Yeah. California king. All right.
California king. Sure.
Yeah.
It's like a king, a little narrower, a little longer.
Yeah. So imagine if you want to be able to sleep on the California king and look at a TV while you're sleeping or sit upright, you have to have a certain size for it to not feel like you're like looking at a computer monitor. You know what I mean?
Sure. Oh, yeah. Of course. So which size do you think was like a rational size for, a largest bedroom in California with a California king?
Well, I was originally going for 65-inch, but then I saw the 75 and I was like, well, the 75 is only $100 more. So
Amazing.
I decided to go with the 75-inch LG TV. What can I say?
Bella looks disgusted. Bella's leaving.
It was at Costco. Also, it was only $900. All right.
Only $900.
Well,
That's
incredible. You know how you can make it work, right? So it doesn't look so big now. Is you can just put massive posters around, as in the 4-poster bed around the California king. So it's like a huge castle-like bed, and then you can have a viewing window to the 75.
A viewing window.
Yeah. You can even
it.
have curtains on the pillars. When you can open the curtains, you'll be like, "Shall we watch a movie?"
And it needs to all happen via a single button.
Yeah.
Have a screensaver of the beach, with waves lapping up on the shore and palm trees waving in the wind.
Open your curtains, boop, and you're
open
like,
the curtains to the TV.
Where are we today? Oh, we're on the moon today. Wait. Okay, no,
that sounds amazing. There's got to be an app
so
like that.
You said you didn't want to go to the moon.
Well, no, I said I didn't want to go to space for 3 months. That's what I said on DCP. I said that space for a longer period of maybe 24 hours is going to get boring really fast. First time there, it's amazing, right? You're
bored in space. Could you believe this?
How could you? All right. It's cool to be floating for 24 hours. Beyond that, come on. You're going to start missing some stuff
to do.
Yeah, you're going to write down on pads everything about your
with my space pen.
With your microbial growth happening over in the corner for however many weeks, be like, wow, it went up 0.0024%.
I feel like we just surfed past the TV, and I don't want to let that go quite yet.
Okay.
Wait, but hold on the space front, you see, you say you don't want to go there, but you're already used to living in such a large bedroom. There is already so much space.
It's true.
There's no way you're gonna have a 75-inch TV in a spaceship. There's just not enough room.
guys, I gotta say, after having the TV for like about a week, I guess, or almost a week.
It's too big.
No, it's actually perfect size. I'm really happy with 75 inches. I can't go back at this point.
I got a question. Sometimes at night, either I or my wife want to watch TV while the other one is sleeping.
Okay.
Is that possible with a 75-inch TV, or does it just like
I think it's
blaze? Like the whole room is now illuminated when you turn that TV on, right?
Yeah, it's very bright for sure. But the thing is, Memes and I are very synced in our shows that we want to watch together. So that's another thing. We started watching like Watchmen. We started watching The Ranch. I didn't know The Ranch was so good on Netflix. It's really good.
Yeah.
Also, Cheer on Netflix. I caught up on a lot of shows on Netflix while I was sick. Amazing. That's what happens when you can just sit on the couch and watch stuff.
Yeah, that's what I've been doing for like 3 months because of my back.
Yeah.
I do find a lot of things on Netflix that I had no idea were there, and I really enjoy when I'm just like, I'm not feeling great.
Letterkenny on Hulu.
Heard about it. I haven't seen it yet.
Haven't
It's very
seen it.
funny. It's a like Canadian TV show, and they basically they're like poets for insults. It's quite funny.
I'm down with it.
They can put some words together. They're wordsmiths.
Yeah, I gotta check that out.
I think it's hilarious that you got a 75-inch TV, and frankly, if I could get it past my wife, I'd do it too.
So, like I said, the difference was there was a 65-inch for $800, and then there was LG that was on sale that normally I think is $1,000 for $900. And again, I was like, well, I don't want to be in the boat 3 to 4 years down the road where I'm like, I need to buy another TV and I got to get rid of this freaking TV. Like I'm thinking, well, how the hell do I get rid of a 55-inch TV at the moment?
Yeah. And where else can you buy 10 inches for $100? You know, that's a bargain.
Exactly. It is big for sure. Not gonna lie, but it surprisingly worked out really well, and just in time. Because
unfortunately, you now have to wear shades in the bedroom. You have to wear sunglasses.
Just get a sleep mask.
Yeah.
Get a sleep mask.
First thing I did was I turned off all that true motion crap on every single setting.
Every time I go to someone's house, I'm like, this looks weird.
Like,
oh,
why?
Everyone's moving too
Yeah.
weird. Yeah.
I'm slipping and sliding all over the screen. True motion.
Yeah.
It's crazy, right? Like, why is that a thing? They have it on, like, they make this technology and they've put it default for everyone. So everybody gets this TV home. And if you're not tech savvy, you're thinking, well, I guess this is the way it looks.
Yeah. It looks like garbage, too. Like, I don't understand why they do that.
Yeah.
People probably think it looks good.
Yeah.
No.
True.
They have to. Otherwise,
No.
wouldn't you be like, something's wrong with my TV?
I think the only people who leave it on are it's just an ignorance thing. They just don't know it any better. They're like, oh, I guess this is what new TVs look like.
Don't know any better about human sex trafficking from halftime shows.
Leaving True Motion on your TV is basically like supporting human sex trafficking. And if you can't see the connection, you need to get woke.
Oh my god. Yeah,
Can you
it's
tell the story why we keep making that joke, Watts?
Oh, so the Super Bowl happened. It was a halftime show. It was Shakira and J-Lo, and they danced amazingly. And I just on Twitter retweeted a short video of them dancing. And someone's response to me was, after the NFL said they're no longer supporting sex trafficking, they then do this. I don't know why you guys can't see the connection. It's pretty obvious to me.
I mean, there was some
I'm
cheeks,
having a little trouble, I'll be honest.
some cheeks shaken, clearly human sex trafficking.
Right? They're obviously smuggling in people in those butts.
They kidnapped people and put them into the butts. That's what it is.
That's right.
Okay, this makes sense. This makes sense.
That's
Yeah,
why
yeah,
they're so large.
There's
There
many
are people
children
in
in there.
There
Who
are
have been
immigrants. There are aliens in the butts.
Alien butt
Alien
syndrome.
butt syndrome.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Oh man. Yeah. It's
But
super
Twitter
weird.
has been, well, I'm on Facebook. I saw Hutch, if you guys know who Hutch is from Call of Duty days.
Sure. Old school.
He said the Karens are angry, and then showed a bunch of pictures of various ladies of a certain age and background saying how upset they were that the world is so sexual and so deviant and so demonic.
Yes.
Yes.
Yes, it is. It is. And it's getting better every day in that way. It's just getting a little bit more sexual, a little more deviant. And, I really look forward to the future, frankly. If we could put a little more time and energy into sex and a little less into violence, I think we'd be doing really well.
I think so too.
More love, right?
Yeah.
Why can't I see somebody's brains get splattered across my TV screen, but I can't see some boobs? What's up with that?
Yeah. Isn't that
Yeah.
hilarious?
It is hilarious.
Like, this just was a 300-person massacre. And oh my God, was that a nipple?
Right?
We're going to fine you $1 million.
They showed the fat cop's ass. Now we got to have like a nationwide meeting about it.
Yeah, it's crazy, man. Right? Priorities
It's
and
weird.
stuff.
Crazy time.
Oh, so I was going to say also, Sea of Thieves on a couch in a non-streaming environment is a amazing video game to just play.
Yeah, like I have just booted it up and I'm just on my little sloop all by myself and I'm
Exactly.
just, I'm just riding the waves, getting some treasure, hanging out, having a good day.
Yeah,
It's a totally different game playing solo.
it is. Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, there's
And they added a function too. If you get attacked, it'll ask you, do you want to go to a server that is like there's no PvP?
Oh, I didn't know that.
Huh.
So like if you just want to sail around and relax, like you can do that.
That's cool.
That's
Does the
good.
message
That
come
is
through
good.
like, are you weak? Are you not able to defend yourself?
Are you
Are you
a
gonna
weak
go here?
bitch?
That's how Doom would have handled it back in the 90s.
Yeah.
Are you not a pirate? Do you want rubber bands to have on your arms so you can swim and float?
There's totally like a group of people who just want to play the game that way. They just want to sail around, find treasure,
Mhm.
Because it's a totally relaxing game if you play like
It
that.
is, yeah.
Yeah.
Well, you're
And-
playing more of the explorer adventure side instead of being like a full-on
Yeah.
pirate,
Yeah.
which that's fun.
That's
Yeah,
well,
and then there's people who
because I
wanna
was
play
sick.
like pirates.
Because I was sick, I didn't want to engage in combat from someone else and be all like,
Right.
that's it, gamer mode, I didn't want to have to assume the gamer position. I was like laying down on the couch. And playing it that way is like really like a different experience that I didn't fully consider before with that game. It does it so well. The whole ambiance, the visuals, the rolling of the ocean. Like
It looks fantastic on a 4K
It
TV
does.
too on the
Yes, it
Xbox
does.
One.
I mean, if you
HDR.
turn that true motion back on, that ocean motion would have looked great.
You're right.
So
100,
you missed out a trick there.
120
motion
hertz
ocean.
true eye
Waterman
experience.
See, you ask why people use it. They use it when they play Sea of Thieves, but you're missing out on the experience.
Yeah, really cool. So
It really.
that game and Dead Cells again, absolutely amazing. I got to replay some of
DLC
that.
for that next one.
Yeah, next month, right? Yep, that's good.
Yeah.
And also, Untitled Goose Game is hilarious. Like silly.
Yeah, I haven't played that yet.
It's silly, but it's hilarious and super cute.
It's on Game Pass now.
That's how I played it. I loaded up. Got out my Xbox all updated and then looked at the Game Pass section. I was like, look at all these games I can play right now.
So many.
Download,
Yeah.
download. It's great.
Yeah. You know what they need to add to that service is they need to add like a Stadia-ish feature where you can just start playing it while it's downloading it.
Mm.
And then the save file just transfers to your downloaded version. How nice would that be?
Mm.
It's called the lazy feature. Too lazy to
Like,
wait.
I don't want to wait 10 minutes for this to download. I
No,
want to play
no.
it now. You
Yeah,
should
that's
stream
what
an
it
Untitled
needs.
Goose Game. I think that'd be a fun stream.
Yeah. After I started playing it, but I think it would be fun to stream that game.
True.
I do want to just ask real quick, Briar, how are your coal mining children going?
Yeah.
Has it gotten any better?
It didn't go great. Unfortunately, we're talking about Frostpunk. Last week, I talked a little bit about the city that I was building, and I had a decision in front of me. I needed workers because it was getting very cold. I had all the children. I had about 30 children in a society of like 200 and something. That's a significant portion of your population.
It is.
And I had to make a decision. Do I employ these kids? Do I get them out there working and freezing like the adults, to get the cold, keep the place running? I didn't do it. Unfortunately, that led to a situation where I had to transfer a lot of my workers away from food production to coal production. The big storm came. We had plenty of coal. We ran out of food day one of like an 8-day storm.
Oh.
My people starved.
8-day storm.
They were very unhappy. We made it through. We survived the storm. But at the end of the game, it kind of goes through like the decisions you made and how well you did. And at the very end, it said, was it worth it? The game, I said yes. I mean, we're a little hungry. It was only 8 fucking days. You know, it's not like we died. You can make it like a full month without eating. It's water that you really got to be concerned about here.
True.
And you
Game
can
didn't
eat the
agree
snow.
with me.
Yeah.
Huh.
Game
So
didn't agree.
it said no go, no good. You did poorly.
So you need to put the children to work. Got it.
You gotta put those kids to work, man.
Gotta
Make 'em
work.
stronger.
Yeah. What doesn't kill you makes you stronger.
Yeah,
Exactly.
I mean, you might die.
that was Frostpunk. I went to the retro game store today and picked up some new games or some new old games, new to me, old to the universe.
Nice.
And I gotta say, man, I picked up some winners. I picked up a game called RoboCop versus Terminator for the Super Nintendo.
I've played that. Yep.
It is so fun. You play as RoboCop, and obviously, like you're going through like 2D horizontal shooting, like side-scrolling shooting stages. It is good. It looks good too. I looked it up on the internet while we were kind of getting ready for the show. It got about a 50% average score, like back in the day. I don't get it. This game is super fun, man. If you get the Genesis version, it also won EGM's Bloodiest Game of the Year the same year that Mortal Kombat came out on Genesis.
Whoa.
What?
Did not realize that.
Right?
Maybe that's
Yeah,
why.
So I'll
it
be
was
keeping
50.
my eye out for the Genesis version as well. But yeah, I really like it. I also got the new I don't know if you can see that. The new Genesis controller. This is just a regular old Genesis controller, but it's brand new, licensed by Sega. It's only $17.
And it
it's
plugs
blue, not black.
plugs into a OG Genesis?
Yeah.
Huh.
Wow.
Yeah, it's really nice. And it's licensed by Sega. It's made by a company called Retrobit. I guess they actually got the molds from Sega that they used to use to make the original controllers.
Nice.
cool.
And
It
so
feels
remake 'em?
awesome. It feels just like a regular controller.
That's really cool.
Yeah, and it was only $17.
That is
That's
awesome.
a bargain.
I've been curious about some retro gaming.
Yeah, it's fun to do.
Yeah. Is it tough to make it hook up? Because back then it was was it the Y cable?
You can go and get like something like a Retron emulator,
Mhm.
which is like a it's like a ARM based thing that has all the cartridge slots. I think it'll do Super Nintendo, Genesis, NES, Game Boy Advance, Sega Master System. I don't know. I'd have to look it up, but it's like a bunch of different systems all in one unit.
Plug the cartridges directly into it?
Yeah, you plug the cartridges directly into it, and you can just play it. Or you can go to Analog, and they sell hardware emulation based devices. They're a little more. They're like $180 per device,
Mhm.
and they only play like if you buy the Analog NT that plays the NES games, it's like $180. It only plays NES games. If you buy the Analog the Super NT, then it plays just Super Nintendo games. But that's like flawless, right? Because it's hardware emulation. There's no
Oh, okay.
lag. There's no nothing. So that's, or you can just buy HDMI adapters for your old consoles. That's what I did for my TurboGrafx. It was $30 for an HDMI cable that plugs into the TurboGrafx 16, and it just works. It's not the best way. It doesn't look as good as, like spending $150 on the problem, but it looks pretty good and it plays fine. And, it's a TurboGrafx, so it's like, there's only like 4 games ever made for the thing anyway.
Samurai Showdown.
Fair.
Nice.
Guys, there's important news, right?
Okay.
Before the stream, right?
Okay.
There's some Megaton news that dropped.
Megaton.
I've been waiting for this for a very long time, right? So, but let me take you on a journey before we get to the
I'm
news,
ready.
right?
I'm ready.
Okay. So this morning, Platinum Games, we know Platinum Games, right?
Yes.
Awesome studio. They
Yes.
put up a website with just the number 4 on this website. It was 4.platinumgames.com. right? And it was just a big number 4
Suspicious.
with 4 stars around it. So we're like, okay, they're obviously going to announce something. We're like, oh, does the 4 mean in 4 days? Does the 4 mean something, some kind of 4 sequel? Honestly, we didn't really know. Now, a tangent to this, do you guys remember a game called Wonderful 101?
Yes.
Yes.
Right, yeah. Fantastic game on Wii U. Didn't really get that great sales because Wii U didn't really sort of do that well. It was a really good game. And I've been saying for the longest time, I was like, please port it to Switch, please port it to Switch, please port it to Switch. It just needs to happen, right? And then, and there was at one point where Platinum put out a little teaser image of like the characters sitting around a desk with a Switch in front of them. So we're like, oh, is it going to happen? Still nothing happened. Anyway, there was a rumor last night, has now been confirmed. The first, so their website that has a 4 on is actually indicating there are going to be 4 separate announcements. And the first announcement is they've just kicked off a Kickstarter for the remake. So, right,
A
because
remake
obviously
of Wonderful 101 for Switch.
for Switch, yeah, for Switch, right?
Wow.
But because of the different, we'll get to the specific like goals, stretch goals afterwards. But Nintendo have been pretty lax with the IP, so they've actually let it so that it's already hit the stretch goals. So it's also going to come to PS4, and there may be additional platforms as well, which is cool. However, what's really cool about this, because the interesting thing is obviously like there's the kind of talks of Platinum potentially going to self-publishing. I know they've recently done a partnership with like Cygames. Is it Cygames? Or I think that was the one. Like they had like a big investment in a company anyway. But they kickstarted this because they basically sort of wanted to see whether people had interest in it. The goal was only like £38,000. It smashed that. It's on £300,000 right now, and it's only been live about a few hours.
Wow.
However, what I really want to talk about, right, the stretch goals. I mean, not the stretch goals. Sorry, the pledge rewards. The different reward tiers are hilarious. So I'm sure you guys are all familiar with Hideki Kamiya, right?
No.
They're not going to be. You should explain.
Yeah. So Hideki Kamiya is the guy that is like creator of DMC, Beautiful Joe, Bayonetta, all those action games, right? He's also very, very famous on Twitter because he's the guy that if anybody asks him for things, asks questions, he blocks them, he bans them. He's always like, don't ask me for this stuff. Stop asking for this stuff. People were on Twitter, they'd always be like, oh yeah, can you put like Wonderful 101 or Bayonetta in Smash? He's like, stop asking me. If you ask me, I'm gonna block you. And like he blocks everyone, right?
He does. He's doing Twitter the right way.
Yeah.
He is. But get this, right? Get this. So as you start going through the pledge rewards, you're like, okay, cool. You can for the basic price, you can get a digital version of the game. If you go slightly further up, you can get a physical version. Then you can get like a physical version of OST, and you can get like keychains, things like that. But if you go far enough, and I've blocked this one. I've got this one. One of the options is that you can get blocked by a Kamiya on Twitter as part of the reward. Right? I have opted for this. I've already backed this. I've got the kind of like mid. I want to see on the other end of the spectrum. There's a super expensive one which is about £5,000. That's already sold out. But that gives you everything. That's like a comic book, all the collectible stuff, an actual physical red Wonderful 101 jacket, a mask, a 12-inch figure. You still get to be blocked by Kamiya, all that stuff. But it's insane. But it's the fact that it's such a Platinum thing. Like I can picture so afterwards there being because when you think about it, I don't think he's really thought about it. He hasn't really thought this through because there's already many people at this current time. Yeah, there's already 6,300 backers that he's going to have to block. He's probably like, why did I say this? So that's happening. But on the stretch goal, if you scroll down, currently 50k is a Switch version, 250k is a Steam version, 500k is a PS4 version. So they've made enough for the Steam version. I imagine it will get close to the PS4 version.
Yeah, probably.
Cool.
And then there's 3 other ones that are blurred out. So I'm guessing that may look like it could be like Xbox and whatever the other ones are. But yeah, so that's basically where it is right now. But Wonderful 101 is a fantastic game. It's like another sort of like signature Platinum action game, but you play as lots and lots of different characters that sort of combine together to make these sort of superpowers. They're basically like a group of like heroes and stuff. So and it was a great game, but it just didn't really get the attention it deserved because it was on Wii U. So the fact that it'll now be on Switch,
only on Wii U, right?
It was only on Wii U, yeah.
And this is a full remake, right? Like
this is a full remake. I mean, I need to sort of check on all the details. I think it's I haven't seen if they said they're going to be adding any new gameplay features, but as far as I'm aware, it's just like just a remake. But still, I mean, that is a game that I've been asking for a very long time. So that's going to be awesome.
That's cool.
That's really cool.
Yeah, I actually never played Wonderful 101.
Ah, so now you have to.
I didn't either because it was on Wii U. Like
Wii U,
I was aware of it, but I didn't. It was on Wii U.
Yeah.
I owned a Wii U, but I never got it because I was like,
I owned a Wii U. We called it the Mario Maker machine.
Yeah.
fair.
But I heard great things about it afterwards. Yeah. So that's cool. I'd be excited for that.
And the thing is, people say the game sucked. The game didn't suck. It was only because it didn't get the attention because it was on Wii U, right? The game was fantastic. It was just the console. So yeah, so that's going to be awesome. And also, but then following on from there is that Platinum have also got more things to announce. Like we now know from the website they've got 4 announcements. They've got that, and number 1 is their Kickstarter for that, and then the others just say coming soon. So whether it's like coming soon this week or this month or who knows, but watch this space.
Nice.
Very exciting.
Yeah. Very cool.
Yeah. Looking forward to seeing what else we hear about.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
So that was my news. That was like literally dropping before the podcast. I was like, I need to back this. I backed it, and it's good.
Hit the back button right away.
That's
One of the Kickstarter rewards is a vinyl record of the of
the OST,
the soundtrack.
Nice.
And it's red vinyl too. Which
That's really cool.
I always love colorful vinyl.
Yeah, that's awesome. Very, very cool.
Custom controllers.
Oh.
Custom hand painted. What are they called? The Switch controllers.
Joy-Cons. Yeah.
Joy-Cons.
I wanted the figure, but like the 12-inch figure was part of like the 500,000 yen, which is like £5,000 edition. I was like, as much as I love the game, I don't have £5,000 to be spending on the Kickstarter.
That's
but
but
there's like a 3,000 tier that like already sold out. The all gone one is like 165,000 yen, which is about £1,100. And that comes with what does that come with?
The jacket?
Replica jacket. Yeah, that's the jacket. Yeah, that's the jacket, the CD, the vinyl, the pendant, the acrylic standee. Basically, almost everything bar the 12-inch figure.
That's hilarious.
Yeah.
Yeah, those some good rewards.
That jacket would not be out of place in Michael Jackson's Bad video.
True, very true. The thing is, it's funny because when you have those expensive pledges, right? It's like it looks really cool, and I'm like, oh, as a fan of the series, like I would love to have that. But then I'm like, I probably wouldn't actually wear it. Like I'd buy it, get it once, be like, let me wear it once, and then be like, I don't actually like. I like the game, but I'm not going to wrap it in a big red bright jacket with a wonderful 101 on the back.
That's why when I get T-shirts, I usually get them like a size or two bigger than my wife's size because she likes to wear them as night shirts, but I'll never actually wear them.
Yeah. Fair.
You know.
Nice.
And then she wears them as night shirts, and every time I see it on her, it reminds me, oh yeah, remember that trip or remember that thing.
Yeah.
But I never wear T-shirts,
so speaking
that's exciting, man.
Speaking of remakes, little transition into something that got released last week. That's
something very popular and awesome, I've heard.
Not this one. I mean, it was popular, and then this remake is a complete,
Tell us about it, Tefty.
Well, Warcraft 3.
What's going on?
I don't remember when they announced it. Warcraft 3 was getting remastered or remade. I can't remember the exact term. Was it E3?
No, it would be at BlizzCon.
No, they did it. Yeah, they did it at BlizzCon because didn't they do that to try and sort of mask all the trouble they were in? They're like, hey, we're just going to pretend that nothing's happened and we're going to announce a load of things that you're going to like.
So this was the very last BlizzCon, so literally a couple months ago.
I think so, yeah.
Yeah, like 3 months ago. They announced Warcraft 3 remastered. I think it's remastered. Something, yeah. And it finally came out, and it's awful. Absolutely awful.
Why is it so bad?
Apparently there's animations that are missing. There's just they showed a trailer of it at BlizzCon, what it was supposed to look like, and it looks essentially like the original almost. Just huge problems with it, and bugs and just massive issues. So much so that they've apparently, if I read this correctly, they're now offering automated refunds.
Automated
refunds.
So you can just say, yeah, I want my money back.
Yeah.
Get your money back.
Like,
yikes.
No having to go through a channel of somebody approving the refund or anything. They understand it so bad that they're offering these automated refunds. And then there was a Metacritic thing where I can't remember what game it was, but there was a game that was like the worst rated game in history of Metacritic.
Yes, there was.
And gamers decided that it needs to be this game, Warcraft 3 Remastered. So they actually positively reviewed the previously worst game ever to bump its score to make sure Warcraft 3 Remastered gets sunk to the actual literal bottom of Metacritic.
Yep. Positive review bombing a game so that another game can be the worst game.
Yeah.
Yep.
Amazing, right?
It currently has a 0.5 user score on Metacritic.
Ooh.
Oh man. Yeah.
0.5.
It's not going well.
Sounds like it was a wise decision not to get that remake. Whew. Bullet dodged. Actually, I would
So
have
I've
been able
also
to
heard
get a refund.
complaints. I've heard complaints that if you own the previous version of Warcraft 3, it automatically updates to this version.
Oh no.
Oh no.
So it's actually it automatically updates to a worse version
To
of
a
the
broken
game.
mess.
Yeah, like they said they were
Ooh,
gonna
nice.
improve the they promised better cutscenes, like with improved graphics, but they're just higher res versions of the old cutscenes, which back in when did that game come out? 98 or something like that?
No, I think it was later.
Pretty old.
Later? 2000s? Do you think it was early 2000s?
Like early 2003 or something like that.
Okay. So back then they were outstanding looking, right?
Right.
But now, I mean, they look pretty.
I've watched a few videos where it's the side by side of what they showed and what came out, and it's completely different.
Yeah.
They had like fully rendered brand new cutscenes instead of just what they had before, and it's just not there.
Yeah. It's not there at all.
Crazy.
So
You know
it's a
what I
debacle.
think is hard about this for gamers is that Blizzard used to be untouchable.
Mhm.
Yes.
You didn't even need to know what the game was or what it was about. If it had the Blizzard name on it, you knew it was going to be high quality.
Mm-hmm.
You know, it was an automatic purchase. I mean, this goes back for decades too.
Yeah.
Even going back to before they were just a PC developer and they were making, console games. They were making amazing console games. Then they started making, the Warcraft series, the Diablo series, and just hit after hit after hit. StarCraft, just everything they made was amazing. And you heard of like games that just weren't working, they would just cut. They just said, no, we're not going to release shit.
Yep. Now
This isn't the same
2020.
company.
It's a different Blizzard. So I was saying the 3Bs, man. Blizzard, Bethesda, BioWare.
Bethesda. Yeah. It's
Some-
too bad, right?
Some just like golden, like everything they touched was gold. Completely different in 2020. 2019, 2020.
Yeah. Now Capcom are the golden champions.
Yeah. Which is
They currently
wild.
are.
The
Yeah.
returning champs.
Yeah. True.
Yeah, they're back.
I'm actually looking forward to it. They got is it the championship edition of Street Fighter 5 coming out? Like this month?
The Championship Ultra Alpha Remix Beta 2 Alpha Ultra version champion, the complete
Turbocharged.
version DLC version
Nailed
turbocharged.
it.
Yeah, that's it.
I'm pretty sure that's exactly it.
I think that's it. Yeah, make sure you search for that on Google.
But I'm actually excited because this Street Fighter 5 was released kind of with the old Capcom, right?
Yeah.
Before this like newest resurgence of Capcom.
Mm-hmm.
And now it's like they're just nailing everything out of the park. I'd love to
They are.
see Street Fighter 5 kind of reflect the new Capcom. It's like
Yes.
finally
that
get a
would be
version of
great.
Street Fighter 5 that feels feature complete, that's not completely based on microtransactions, has a nice story mode to it. Like I'm kind of hopeful about this
Yeah.
newest version of Street Fighter 5 because I haven't played Street Fighter 5 yet. I haven't
Oh, okay.
watched
I just can't wait for Resident Evil 3. I just can't
Oh
wait.
yeah.
I
Yeah.
just can't wait. It was my favorite Resident Evil, so I'm really excited.
It was a good one.
I really liked it. It was spooky.
Yeah.
Nemesis
Did you ever play
chasing
Code
you
Veronica,
everywhere.
Max?
Oh, I did. Yep.
That was my favorite, but I could definitely understand why 3
Yeah,
was your favorite.
Nemesis was. He just anytime you heard stars, you're like,
Yeah.
oh no, god damn it! It was going so well. I was feeling finally relaxed.
Yeah, I got a
then-
little ammo, some green herbs, and here comes Nemesis busting through the wall, like the Kool-Aid man.
So
Yeah.
I haven't played Resident Evil 3 yet, ever.
Oh man, you're gonna have a ball.
I'm looking forward to the remake.
Had you played Resident Evil 2 before you played the
No,
remake?
I'd only played Resident Evil 1 before.
Oh, nice. Okay.
Yeah.
Yeah. It's a constant state of fear and anxiety. Yeah.
That's great.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It's different than
Yay.
Mr. X though, right?
Yeah.
'Cause I feel like Nemesis showed up at more prescripted time or scripted times than
Yeah.
Mr. X.
There were some times where I was just running through an area and I'd hear it and I'd be like, son of a bitch.
Here it comes.
And I know that people used to put in the cheats to get like the unlimited grenade launcher ammo to deal with him, to kill him. But otherwise, taking him down is.
So you can actually kill Nemesis?
I think you could stop him temporarily, but
Oh,
he
Yeah.
had to stay
Just like
alive
X.
for like the end game.
Yes.
Like X,
but
you can
it's very
stagger.
difficult to stop. It is very difficult to stop Nemesis. So I think most of the time people just ended up running because he's just his.
You don't want to
Yeah.
waste ammo in those situations.
You don't want to waste ammo, right? And it's very hard to get him to stop, and he does a lot of damage if he touches
Might as
you.
well run.
Just
That's
run
why I
away.
do in those games all the time. Run away. Run away.
Yeah.
Run away.
Run away from the actual game itself. Maybe never play it. That's me. I'll sit
Oh
there in
man,
the
they're
corner.
so good. They're so well done.
No. I mean they are, but I'm just like it's too spooky. I
spooky.
can't deal with the pressure. When I went to what was the one that recently released? 2?
Two,
Two,
yeah.
yeah.
It's a remake.
And that also had Nemesis in. What is it called? Nemesis? The
X.
Mr. X.
Mr. X, yeah.
That was Mr.
That
X,
was
yeah.
that was too much to deal with. When I was at this, I only played it at a press event, and I walked through a door, and this guy's there, and I was like, I just no. I run the longest route. I run away. I run to the other side. I'm like, how are you here? I literally left you behind. And I'm like, no. That's too much stress for me. I live a stressful life. I can't have more stress.
I hear you. I was really enjoying that game up until he shows up about halfway through that game. And my desire to play that game dramatically went down because I was literally like sweating it out when I'd hear those footsteps. Like, no, this isn't fun anymore. This isn't fun anymore.
What you needed to do is mod it so that it plays either Thomas the Tank Engine music, because that's it's a happy song, Thomas the Tank Engine.
I feel like that's more
Or-
terrifying.
That is always more terrifying.
Giant train coming through the door.
No. Think of nightmares.
Maybe. It's
But
true.
it's the only other experience I had of Resident Evil was when they did the VR one, and I also went.
Oh,
Oh
yeah.
yeah.
Basically, right. I never played either of these games, so I played them at events. Now that's enough for me. But then they put the headset on me, and I was like, I don't want to be here. So then I was like, but then I was like, wait, it's in VR, so I can just look at the ground and I can run forward and I can look at where the walls go. And then there was a time where I got a key and I was like, I just need to get to that door. I know there's a guy there, but I literally ran looking down at the ground. I was like, I didn't see him. It's fine. And I got to the door. I survived.
So that's
I was like,
how
yes.
you can play scary games. If there's VR, you can just look at the floor
Yeah.
So, like, it's down
Exactly.
on
and
the
just run
floor.
away.
I played that entire game in VR, RE7, and it was horrifying, especially like the first like quarter of that game were truly scary. Then it actually calms down a little bit and it becomes more almost like an action game.
Yeah.
But the demo for that game that was in VR was the worst because all it was you sitting in the kitchen of that house, strapped to a chair, and this guy with a knife just kind of fucking around.
Oh yeah, that was horrible.
It was, I can't remember exactly like who it was that was kind of like around you, but you were definitely being threatened and you couldn't move.
Yeah.
And then you start hearing shit behind you too. And it was really convincing. I think it was the scariest
Jeez.
thing I've ever seen in VR. Even it was more scary
Yeah.
than the game, I think.
Yeah, that's the game. That's what I played when I went to the first PSVR demo. They had like an event in London, and they briefed us before. They were like, "Oh yeah, the person before you fell off their chair," and then this other person like, ripped the headset off, and I was like, "What okay. So, but the thing is, for me, right, when I get scared, but for me, when I get scared, I process my fear internally. So I sat there and I was like, I hate horror stuff, and they're like, well, you'll be fine. I literally sat there in pure silence, and then took the headset off, and they were like, so you didn't find it scary? I'm like, I'm gonna leave now. I'm just like, I'm not gonna talk. I'm just going. It was a horrible experience.
I don't want to talk to you. You've tortured me, and I bid you adieu.
Yes.
I will not be buying this game.
That's great.
I don't think I could have played that game through on VR if I hadn't streamed it. If I didn't have chat to kind of like be able to look at chat and just kind of like be
Takes
like
you out of
grounded
it a little bit.
that I'm streaming. Yeah, they help me stay grounded, like not get fully immersed into the game.
Yeah, that's the thing. It's like you have to be slightly pulled away from those experiences and be like, it's just a game, it's just a game. Everything's cool, everything's fine. Because if you end up letting yourself get fully engrossed in it, you're gone. It's over for you.
Yeah.
You will never recover.
Outlast was making when I first played Outlast, it was making my heart race and I was sweating. And I was up here in the office by myself in the middle of the day on like a Saturday. It wasn't even nighttime or anything. I had to stop playing. I went down to the living room. My wife was down there watching TV. I sat down next to her. I'm like, I'm just scared the shit out of myself. She's like, what happened? And I told her what happened. I mean,
That's amazing.
I don't like those scary games too much, but I am looking forward to Resident Evil 8. I am hoping that's like something that's being worked on because
can't wait.
they're having so much success with 2 and 3, or they had so much.
Didn't they confirm that it's going to be first person again? Like they actually came. I think so, right? I can look it up real quick, but I'm pretty sure I saw at least someone on Twitter saying that Resident Evil 8 has been confirmed to be first person, like 7.
Cool.
Hopefully they do VR on PC because the last one was only VR.
Oh, it's a leak,
VR.
I think.
It's a leak.
So what they said about it so far is Resident Evil 8 may bring back Ethan from Resident Evil 7 along with the first person view. There's talk that zombies will be returning with this entry and the game will not use 8 in the title.
There's going to be zombies?
Yeah.
Resident Evil the Ocho.
Ocho zombies.
First person zombies, new enemy type werewolves, new stalker enemy type, and Chris Redfield will return in some form.
Cool.
So there was a leak that happened. There will be zombies, maybe some werewolves.
Can't wait. I thoroughly enjoyed 7. I've been enjoying all these games from Capcom recently. I didn't play Code Vein. That was Capcom, right?
That was Square Enix.
Oh, my bad. So, all the Capcom games I've really been enjoying.
Last year's version of Devil May Cry, by all accounts, is amazing. I haven't gotten around to that. I think that's available on Game Pass, though.
Yeah. I played like half of it, and I enjoyed it. It was fun. Yeah, it's good stuff.
Capcom's hitting it out of the park.
They are. It's a different Capcom. Because, like you were saying, we started on Street Fighter V. I did play that a little bit. I'm not a big Street Fighter player, but like, I like Street Fighter because it's in my childhood. And I played some of that, but I remember they had a lot of problems with the launch, like netcode and stuff.
So
it's nice to see
it was a
turnaround.
Unfinished product when it came out initially, but that was like 3 years ago, wasn't it? That it initially came out.
I think something like that. Yeah, it's been quite a while.
Yeah,
it's been a minute for sure.
Yeah,
it's gone through like a full year of seasonal expansions, or maybe full 2 years of it now. This year they've been dropping characters, but not through the kind of character passes instead. So, I guess they're trying to sort of like round it out because next gen's coming out, and I guess they'll do like Street Fighter 6 or something like that. So,
I mean, I feel like there's like kind of like a fighting game renaissance happening right now. Mortal Kombat 11 was absolutely incredible. Tekken 7 was really good. The new Soul Calibur I haven't played, but apparently was very, very good.
Yeah.
We've got Guilty Gear coming, which is gorgeous, and everyone's just been saying how amazing it looks. And
every Guilty Gear is like that, though.
I mean, yeah, you're not wrong. Guilty Gear is a beautiful game.
But
Samurai Showdown, the new
one, this one,
very good.
It's another level.
It's new
Samurai
Samurai
Showdown. I played
now?
Samurai Showdown. Yeah, it's on Stadia. That's the only time I played it. Oh. It's one of the free games on Stadia.
It looks really good. Yeah, I played it. Like I struggled to get into that one more so it plays a little bit differently, but visually, fantastic that one.
Yeah, it looks amazing. Yeah, it's this under the radar fighting game kind of resurgence. Be nice if Street Fighter could be part of that.
Yeah.
because that's kind of my one. That's the one I've always liked the best.
The
Mm.
connection.
Going back.
Hmm.
Yeah, the nostalgia collection. Oh, I gotta say, Mortal Kombat. The new Mortal Kombat games are stupendous.
Yeah, they really are.
Like the story mode is so much fun. The fatalities are so over the top. The combat's gotten a lot better than it used to be. Like,
Yeah, they're
like
fun games.
They're legitimately a fun game.
Mhm.
Like even if you have no plan on playing online or against friends, story mode is worth a go on those for sure.
Yeah, they're pretty wild. They're out there,
Yeah.
story modes.
Yeah, they're fun. If you
Yeah.
like Wolfenstein type stories, you're gonna like Mortal Kombat 10
Yeah.
and 11.
Right.
Did you guys hear that Bungie had hiring on their website for not Destiny? So they were hiring specifically what it said is would you like to work on something comedic with lighthearted and whimsical characters? So this is a different IP. I know that they did say, so Pete Parsons, who's the CEO of Bungie, wanted to expand beyond Destiny by 2025. So it makes me wonder if they're looking to do maybe what Riot has done, where they're bringing out a bunch of different games. But yeah, this is like very not Destiny, right? I mean, you can say that it's somewhat comedic and lighthearted, but comedic, lighthearted, and whimsical feels like a very different game to Destiny.
Oh yeah, definitely. Interesting.
So
I know what it is.
What
it's
is it?
Temtem.
So no. You see what it is, right?
But you collect
you know when they
shanks in
released
Saint 14.
You know when they released Legend of Zelda, and they released the crossbow training. It's gonna be Cade 6's revolver target shooting.
It's gonna be a light gun game.
It could just be the story on Cade.
Yeah.
Cade 6 and his chicken.
Is this a mobile
true.
game?
A farming
Cade
game.
6's chicken farmer.
This sounds like a mobile game.
Yeah. Oh, I'm in.
True.
Yeah.
Hey, I mean, it could be.
You know how we all love mobile games.
We all love them.
You guys have phones, right?
Yeah.
No.
Would you, if Blizzard is working on another game, would you want them to have
You mean Bungie?
like? I'm sorry, yeah, Bungie. If Bungie is working on another game, would you want it to be a tie-in to Destiny, or would you want them to just work on a completely new IP?
Personally, I think I'd want them to work on a new IP because I want Destiny stuff in
Yeah.
Destiny.
Yeah, I think I can agree with that too. It would be nice to see what Bungie can do outside of even like a shooter genre, right? So if they took it somewhere totally different,
Mhm.
just to see what they could do with that would be very interesting because they have a lot of very talented people.
Yeah, I
So
mean that
would-
company's been
I'd
working
love
on
to-
shooters for 20 years only. Shooters.
Yeah.
Yeah.
True.
And originally Destiny.
Yeah, it might be really good for them to have something that's not that. So then you can kind of move people around. If someone's working on Destiny and they're like, I really want to try making a fighting game. They
Yeah.
can move to the fighting game division and get more experience there while still being in the same company.
Yeah.
I think it's very interesting.
I like to watch like a documentary, like No Clip. Have you guys seen the No Clip YouTube channel where they do documentaries about like game devs and stuff?
Yeah.
It's amazing how often people are ex Bungie.
Yeah.
Like,
Yeah.
we met when we were working with Bungie. Loved Bungie. Got nothing wrong with Bungie, but wanted to work on something besides Halo or Destiny, which you can understand. They've been working on that for 20 years.
Yeah.
More than 20 years.
But in Jason Schreier's book, he was talking about how like the beginnings or the origins of Destiny was they were trying to not make a first-person shooter. And they're like,
That's
well, our
funny.
whole staff is just this is what we
That's
do.
what we do.
We might as well make a first-person shooter again,
Yeah.
which is funny.
That book is so good. He's working on the sequel to that book now.
Mm-hmm.
I can't wait till it comes out. I
Yeah,
bet it's due pretty
agreed.
soon. Because I think he's like really crunching to get it done. He hasn't been on his podcast in weeks.
Mm.
Yeah, he's probably trying to finish it up.
Yeah, it sounds like it.
Yep.
I really hope there's a Destiny 2 chapter.
The aftermath.
Well, yeah.
Yeah, for
I
sure.
mean, that book was phenomenal. Not just
Yeah.
for the Destiny stuff, but for every chapter of it was riveting.
Yeah, it was a great read.
Yeah, the Star Wars 1313 stuff was
Mm-hmm.
absolutely heartbreaking.
I'd say if anybody is listening and is interested in getting into game development, I think that book is a really great slice of seeing different viewpoints of game development and understanding how varied it can be across the board, from one developer independence to a studio like Bungie making a game.
Yep.
Yeah. That's a no joke situation for sure.
Yeah. We got anything else on the list for today for SideQuest?
I want to go back to playing Terminator versus RoboCop, man. You guys are kind of interrupting my flow. I got an alert that says Ed 209. There's a rogue Ed 209 loose in the city.
Whoa.
I think needs to be put down.
You better do it then. You better do it. I think that might be the show.
Briar has the world save. So
Yep, he's got to save the world.
True.
All
When
right.
I'm done with that, I also picked up RoboCop for the NES, which I'm really excited to play as well.
Ooh.
I haven't played that since I was a little tyke.
Nice.
yeah,
Very cool. All right. Well, that is the show. SideQuest complete.
I think
Side quest complete.
SideQuest complete.
Nice. Thanks for watching, guys. Really appreciate all the support. If you want to find more of me, you can talk to me at Teft on Twitter and catch my streams twitch.tv/TeftyTeft.
And I am Miss 5000 Watts. You can find me on Twitter, Twitch, and YouTube. Just look for Miss 5000 Watts.
And you can find me over on Twitter at Arix or YouTube at Arix Gaming.
And you find me in a multiplayer lobby for RoboCop versus Terminator.
Nice.
Amazing.
You can go hunt down Briar.
Hunt the Briar. Thanks for watching, guys. We'll see you next week. Bye, everyone.
See you next week.
Bye.
Bye.